Live Wire brought to you by Pristine Productions. Get the latest in dancehall, soca, reggae, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and on our Patreon. Become the apprentice.
Yo, yo. And I want to say, what up, guys? Remember, you guys can hit me up on my YouTube channel here. Be sure to do that if you want to support me here, guys. Welcome to another show here. I'm your mixing engineer, Mr. Extraordinaire Andrew here. And if you guys want to support me, you can donate to my PayPal. And of course, be sure to hit up my Patreon here, which you get top of the line learning curves here for subscribers on apprentice tier only, which you can get exclusive rhythms here, giveaways, tutorials not easily found on YouTube. And you want to get that latest dancehall, trap, reggae, soca, be sure to check out my webpage here. And be sure to purchase my new beat is out, Massive Junction and Clear Out is currently in my stores. So I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. And let's get the party started, man. But today we're going to talk about soca compression here. We're going to be talking about how you can get that mix to sound, why you need to get compression going, and how you can utilize that to maximize your rhythm section here. So without no further ado here, let me get right back into it. Somebody say wheel and come again. So somebody said whale out, and welcome back to the show, guys. And like I mentioned before, today we're talking about soca compression here, and the importance of utilizing compression in your mixing, and how you can use that to get a rhythm to sound tight, sound not too much of compressed, but to sound punchy. And that's why we're going to talk about soca compression here. So we're going to jump right into the track here. So I want to shout out to all the people tuning in on the live. And thank you guys for supporting. And big up to Izzy on the beat. So let's get on with it here. So here we are with the session here. Now I got a couple of instrument tracks here. And I'm just going to do a little bit of breakdown of what instrument is doing here. So let's go on with the first one here. So we have like a padded, like a pluck sound. I'm bringing the other one here. Basic sounds. I'm bringing the third one here. So we got 3 sounds there going. And I'm going to bring in the drum section here. That's why I want you guys to get used to how these sounds come together tightly and we create that sound. Bring in the drum section now. To the drum section here. There we have the percussion going there, and we got the drum section coming on. Listen to the punch, guys. Listen to how everything sounds punchy in it. And of course, we're going to bring in the extra ear candy here. And a bass line. So, I mean, you heard it a million times. Percussion, snare drums, tight pluck. So, let's get into why we need to talk about compression here. Now, compression allows you to hold a certain sounds, keep them in line so they don't go all over the place. And that's going to give your rhythm a better feel and a better pinch on your music. So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go down to the rhythm section here. I'm going to start off with the kick drum here. I'm going to isolate the kick. Here we go. Shout out to the YouTube world as well. Big up on yourself. And my peoples in Miami. Now take a look at this, guys. I'm using the SSL here, and I'm using the challenge chip compression here. Now to better explain what I'm talking about here, keep your eyes on the screen. You might see that little yellow light that is blinking. That's indicating that the compressor doesn't go too loud. So I'm using what you call a slow attack. That's letting in a lot of punch from the kick. Now, if I switch to fast, check this out. Listen to the kick. I'm going to increase the ratio. Now, you can see about 3 yellow lights indicating that there's too much squash going on. Too much. Now, we don't want that. We want that punchy Trinidad sound. So I'm gonna go back and put it to where it was. And there we go. Now, if I turn off the compressor here, I think that's the reason why a lot of engineers can see to be losing clarity and the sound. It's too squashed and there's no life in it. So we added a compressor to the kick. Let's see what we did with the rim shot here. We're just allowing the signal to go through the SSL here. And the reason for that is we just want to get some of that analog sound. Now let's move on to one of the snare drum here. Now I have the compressor working here. It's pushing up the snare drum to stay in line with the kick. Let's experiment with the attack again. If I switch it to soft, the snare gets quieter. Why? Because the attack is softening up, dampening up the signal. Let's switch it back to slow attack here. Snare gets louder. Soft. Snare gets quieter. Let's see how it sounds with the kick. Snare gets quieter. Snare gets louder. Now let's see what I did with the toms. Here we go. Now, as you can see the yellow light there, I'm doing 1 dB of compression. I'm pushing the signal of the toms with that punchy sound. That's how I'm getting that punchy sound. Now, if I went ahead and did the soft attack here, let's play the toms. It gets a little bit soft, and you can see the two lights indicating that this signal is being squashed. So, a lesson to learn, guys and girls, that if you compress, you need to understand the fundamentals of compression. It doesn't necessarily mean you gotta squash the living life out of everything. It's there to give a sound punches or enhance the clarity and the performance, or it can be used to tame aggressive sound. Let's say maybe the kick was too punchy, then maybe I can soften it up a little bit with the soft attack. That's the fundamental here. You don't want to overdo things. So that's what I'm doing there with the kick. Now the trick, especially with soca, guys, you don't want to be compressing everything unless you feel like it needs it. So you need to understand that earlier. Let's bring in the rest of the drums here. As you can see, I'm not adding any compression to the hi-hats. Most of the compression sound, you don't really need to add compression. It's already punchy by itself. That brings us now to some of these synthesizers sound here. So let's see what Brother Ray did with that there. As you can see, I'm doing 1 dB of compression here. Giving it a little bit of push. Just a bunch of EQs. Out of sound. I'm doing about 2 dB of compression on the first synth. Let's see what else we got here. So what I'm teaching you guys is you gotta learn that less is more. You might hear this beat and say, man, it sounds like Ray did a whole lot of compression, a whole lot of effects, a whole lot of tape machines and all that stuff. That's fine, but you gotta understand, know your instruments. It doesn't need that. So less is more. This is what I'm trying to teach you guys about compression here. Less is more. So it sounds powerful, it sounds punchy with those simple little tweaks that I did with the compressors here. Now, as you can see for the main synth here, I'm just adding a little bit of EQ there. It's not even being compressed. It sounded great the way it is. So don't mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, coming down to the 808 here, I went ahead and did here. You might say, Ray, you're probably compressing the bass. What you doing on the bass? What I'm doing here, I'm just adding the decapitator, which is I'm distorting the 808 bass. It gives it a little bit more sense of power, and it kind of lets it sound a little bit more punchy. So that's a technique you can use. Use distortion. You could enhance like guitars, even vocals a little bit, give them a little bit of punch sound. So that's what I'm doing with that bass there. And I'm gaining power here. I'm not losing, although I'm compressing. Let's go down to the other sound here. Now that main lead sound there, I'm just gonna show what I'm doing that real quick. I'm using the element of distortion once again. I'm using the NLS from Waves. I'm just adding a little bit of harmonic distortion to the sound. The synthesizer sounds great by itself. I'm just adding some reverb. So guys and girls, make sure you're not OD. Remember that if you're taking a sound and you're trying to make it okay, like, oh, I need to make this beat a little bit stronger. You know, I feel like it needs more. Use your discretion. Sometimes all you need to do is simple little tweaks here and just let this sound be. Less is more, and you want to maintain natural sound. You want to enhance as well, but you don't want to change that sound. If an artist or a producer or a singer gives you a beat to mix, and they love certain sounds in the beat, try not to feel like I need to compress this, I need to compress that. I would say sometimes on YouTube, you got to know the fundamentals, when and when not to. So less is more, guys. So that sound great by itself, and it's complementing the other synth there.
Yes, girls.
Now I got a couple more sounds here. Even the drum roll there, I'm just leaving that as it is. We add a little bit of punch to the rhythm section, which is the kick drum here. Here we go. Now the bass is already powerful. We're just enhancing like the low end of it with distortion and careful EQ. So the main lesson I want to share with you guys with this live is less compression is more. It makes your rhythm sounds whole a lot better. Now, what we can do now, I'm gonna experiment here a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how you can attack, do a little bit of compression on vocals here, and I'm gonna bring up the vocal and I'm gonna show you a little bit of tips and tricks to keep the vocal in line. So let me go right into that here. Switch on over. Let's bring that vocals here.
Pristine production. Hey, hey, hey. Mass junction. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy. Let me see you on the walk. Carnival left on the big truck. Pretty girls in my lineup. Boy.
So I'm gonna pull up the compressor here. Let's see. Let's use maybe the CLA. I'm gonna load up the CLA here. Now we have the black and the blue. Now, if you don't understand analog compression here, basically the attack and the release, that's how fast it's going to release the signal. The attack is how much it's going to soften up the sound. Different analog compressors give you a different kind of feel, so we're going to experiment with that right now. So let's hit the vocals again.
Mass junction. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
Now I'm getting too much compression here, so I'm going to back off on input here.
I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
Then I'm going to raise the output of the compressor so I can hear exactly what the compressor is doing here.
Let me see you on the walk. Carnival left on the big truck. Pretty girls in my lineup. Boy. Mass junction. I can't do without it. Don't ever
I'm going to bypass.
take off like a rocket, boy.
On.
I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy. Let me see you on the walk. Carnival left on the big truck. Pretty girls in my lineup. Boy.
Now I'm going to switch between the black and the blue. You're going to hear a difference. Let's go to the blue here. Here we go.
Mass junction. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
Let's go to the black.
I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
Back to the blue.
Without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
I don't know if you guys heard the difference. The blue CLA 76, just to demonstrate, different compressors give you different energy. It's giving her a little bit more punch, but it's kind of reacting too much to her performance. So it's kind of squashing the signal, which kind of sounds a little bit unnatural, which we don't want. So by switching to the black, it maintains her energy, and at the same time, it's smoothing out the high levels and bringing it back down. So we're gonna go with the black here.
I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it. Take off like a rocket, boy.
Watch what happens when we adjust the attack.
Carnival left on the big truck. Pretty girls in my lineup. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it.
Let's bring it back down.
Like a rocket, boy. I can't do without it. Don't ever try to stop it.
Listen to how soft her voice went because the blue attack is too much. It's softening up the signal too much. It's almost like she's going quiet. So we want to bring that back to the slow attack, which is letting in more of her signal.
Take off like a rocket, boy. Let me see you on the walk. Carnival left on the big truck. Pretty girls in my lineup.
So to sum it up, guys, compression is very tricky, and we need to be mindful at all times what we're doing with these tracks, what we're doing with these effects, how we're treating the signal. This can be the difference that can separate the beginners from the pros. Understand the capability and the power of these tools. You don't want to overuse it, else you're going to get your mix to sound unnatural. And don't be afraid to experiment with different compressors and see how they sound on certain instruments. But I want to big up Mama Thomas in Miami and Sister Izzy, always tuning in live supporting Rayburn. Big up to himself. So we're gonna end the live there, guys. We are talking about compression here, and if you guys want me to talk about anything else, let me know. Comment. This beat here is available on my store if you want to buy it. It's Mass Junction Rhythm, latest soca beat here. It's on my site, so make sure you pick it up, guys. If you want to support my PayPal as well, be sure. If you want to buy me a coffee, my link is in the description there. And support my Patreon. You can get free giveaways and exclusive video on advanced techniques not easily found. So I'm gonna stop there, guys. It's been fun, and I'm gonna see you guys and catch you on the next one. So peace out.
Yeah, let's go.